Yeah, I think so. Yeah, after some evaluation too, I think that Kroxa is better than Squee. It's just like the more powerful card, despite Squee being a bit more flexible. This is a deck that I really just haven't honestly played enough on the channel. But this is a deck that like we have almost an 80% win rate after like 7 or 8 leagues. I think we're like one match short of like exactly 80%. Deck has been crazy, and I think it's time to circle back to it and play some more of it. But just something we have not played enough on the channel. Mulligan. Mulligan keep putting back either Mayhem Devil or Fury. I really do like the ability that to Seasoned Pyromancer discard Bloodghast. I think I'm keeping the Fury to potentially just like Fury a blocker to get Ragavan through. Since when am I running the endings? The endings are a like somewhat recent addition, but I think this deck has like a lot of game against like the whole format, with the exception of Hammer Time. Hammer Time being a big problem because of like specifically Sanctifier and Vec, but Hammer Time is an issue. The Furies help some for sure, than like compared to other versions, but you just need to be able to deal with Sanctifier and Vec. So we have our sideboard is very heavily hedged for Hammer because it is such a tough matchup. And also, like, you know, this is like kind of an underrated factor of linear decks like this. But this is a deck that really just doesn't want to sideboard that much. This is a deck that would be like in almost any matchup somewhat comfortable just resubmitting. So when you play a deck like this, you can like just radically hedge your sideboard for a specific matchup. Up against humans, or sorry, goblins. I just see the unclaimed territory. I assume humans. It's the old Magic player in me. Can cast Matron for value, but it seems like the turn 2 Seasoned Pyromancer discard Bloodghast redundant Ragavan is also a very good line. And another Seasoned Pyromancer, another Bloodghast. Land would be pretty cool next turn. Yeah, I love this deck too. I just honestly haven't played enough of it, but you know, back when I was playing this deck, there was just like kind of like no end to to the sweet brews. Do I want to trade? I think I don't want to trade a token for the Marsh this turn. And I think I'm going to hold this Bloodghast in hand for when I draw a land for the Seasoned Pyromancer. The upside feels pretty high. So like next turn I could either draw a red card and then like Fury the blockers, get the Ragavan through Seasoned Pyromancer, discard 2 Bloodghasts, or I could just draw a red source and do that. Thanks again for lack of qualification. Yeah, it was with this deck, right? Or something similar to this. Yeah, I think this deck's great. I haven't played it in paper either, but maybe I needed to have. I guess I don't have the Hidetsugu Consumes All. Probably could pick them up. Small chest to mana base and sideboard, yeah. They keep tapping their these for white mana. It's kind of weird. Yeah, but red card or red source lets me Spyro, discard 2 Bloodghasts. Obviously some, which is like most of the cards in the deck. Yeah, deck's very, very fun too. Was watching this Maricorp YouTube video, had to shout out my favorite foil. Memory's Journey is a really, really nice foil. We got Sling Gang Lieutenant. Cool. So we get to just start off, cast Seasoned Pyromancer, discard 2 Bloodghasts. If we hopefully find a Bombardment. Okay. Seems correct to make the way for Ragavan and friends this turn. Says what a hand, bro. I mean, this deck is just full of nutty hands. Yeah, scam refers to the incarnations with ways to cheat them into play. It's maybe the Magic community will get a better term for that one day. Fury format, indeed. Indeed, the Fury format. Do you have thoughts on various Goblin decks in Pioneer? I've tried a few of them. They mostly seem okay. They mostly have seemed like just all very okay to me. Yeah, I think we're just supposed to Fury and get in here. Okay, so we're on the draw against goblins. Pretty good matchup, I think. I think I'm interested in going down like 2 Grease for 2 Terminates. Well, maybe go back to Kroxa or Squee. I think Kroxa is just more powerful. Is kind of my impression at the moment. Squee is fine. I would kind of like to play one of each, honestly, but I just don't think there's room. Play one in the sideboard for the grindy matchups. Ending for Vile. You could play Ending instead. I like the instant speed removal though, because you really just have to worry about killing Snoop. Oh yeah, this is our secret tech, Tomb of Urami, which pairs very nicely with Mayhem Devil. I'm not actually sure it's like it was really good in the Rakdos mana base with the white splash. It's definitely a lot worse. But I kind of can't get away from it. It's just so sweet. Hidetsugu is mostly for Hammer Time. Hammer Time is your worst matchup by a lot, but you can bring it in a couple other matchups. I found Rites to be the worst card. I really like the Rites. I cut 3 of them for 1 Bloodghast, 4 Feign Death. You can maybe attempt 1 less Rites for I think Rites is nuts. I don't know. I think it's just so good with the Unlucky Witness Bloodghast, and like not only is it like so good with Unlucky Witness Bloodghast, your Witnesses and Bloodghast are like much worse without them in the deck. And like, you know, they are also, they're not as good at scamming on turn 1, but I think they get the job done. Oh, I'm not a huge Creator Maker fan personally. I'm a big fan of Goblin Bombardment though. Could be, it could be a personal preference thing too. I think I did change this title. Yeah, you might just need to refresh. It's updated for me. It was maybe, I don't know, maybe we could have Malakir Rebirth here, but I'm really valuing getting the bombardment in play because I can go like Bloodghast Bombardment next turn. I think it's all kind of fine. Yeah, so we can kill that with the Bloodghast. Potentially, no, we have other ways to kill it. Interesting draw. Yeah, I think we'll just go Bloodghast, Ping, Malakir, Ping, then pass back. Meta UK heavy with Scam, Archon, Creativity, Hammer, Omnath. All those I found versus only Omnath. You want the Rites rather than half fast Scam. Probably different meta. Maybe, I don't know. I think that maybe you're like overthinking it. I don't know. Cause like I think Village Rites is just like a good a good card of the deck, and I kind of just don't mind to have it in any matchup personally. But you know, you could also just be right. Ooh. So they have Tarfire on the top. Yeah, I've just kind of found Rites to be really good. I also have like really nice the Mystical Archive ones, so I will never replace those. We might get a Tomb of Urami win this game too. I mean, playing this deck and the 8-key combo, I just had like such a good run. Such a good run before Dominaria United. There was just like so many sweet, it was like Ban Coco into Aether Mage's Touch Reanimator into this deck into 8 key was like the end, or it was before Dominaria United. It was just like a great run at brewing. I feel like lately it's been pretty good too, but there was maybe like a new set rough patch. Is it possible you want to Shock Cast Fury? I don't think so. Like here, I'm just gonna win the game next turn. The Mayhem Devil makes it like a lot cleaner to kill or very clean to kill the Snoop too. And like, you know, I'm streaming at the moment, so every time I sacrifice Tomb of Urami to win the game in Modern, I get gifted, you know, millions of subscribers, which is, you know, worth a lot. Oh no, damn it, opponent! Opponent is trying to keep my sub count very low by conceding before I get the Tomb. The play for match 2, and we have a scam, so we're gonna keep. It is all I have, but you know, it's kind of hard to mulligan this. This deck also has like lots of good top decks too. Spyron, thank you for the gifted sub. Got 1 sub at least, huh? Okay. What the hell? Restoration Angel, huh? I kind of just want to take the Flyers. They cost so much mana, though. They cost so much mana. I guess I'll just take the 1 and the 2 drop. Have you ever won? Yeah, I won a game with the token too. The card's been like genuinely good enough to play as a 1-of, you know. I've liked it. Yeah, it's definitely deep in the sauce, but it is also like, you know, I think it's also an untapped black source, you know. It's the floor on the card is really not that low. Charming Prince, huh? Hopefully my opponent doesn't have millions of Sanctifier and Vex post board. Put 2 cards on the bottom. Oh, whoops! I meant to get a Blood Crypt, although we have enough mana that we're fine. Oh, I don't actually love. I mean, Seasoned Pyromancer is a really good top deck. I kind of wish I had, like, you know, something else this turn. That next turn. That's probably too greedy, right? Too greedy. When I play Fetcher Crypt, I mean, you're just taking 3 damage that you don't really need to. Like, I don't think we're desperate for double black here. I should have got Blood Crypt off the fetch. I just playing too fast. But our mana's gonna be fine here. Putting it deep in the tank. What to target with Flicker Wisp? There's like nothing good to target, I guess. There's the Charming Prince. Do you ever change your stops depending on what deck I'm playing? I usually will like add an upkeep or draw step stop if I need one as needed, but just leave everything else on. They have Horizon Canopy, Flicker Wisp, Resto, Mystery card. So I've heard rumors that if you have a Flicker Wisp in your hand and you just think long enough and hard enough, it's gonna win you the game. Personally, my brain is too small and too smooth to ever figure out lines with Flicker Wisp, but I don't almost ever play the card. But if you just sit and stare at the board long enough and hard enough, eventually a game-winning line will appear. So I'd have fun with Witness and Intent. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Intent will be pretty fun for the deck. I really wish it was an instant. You could scam with it. Alright, they found the line. They found the game-winning line. Ah, Flicker the Charming Prince. And then it can come back and Flicker the Wisp again, and then something might happen. Two cards in the bottom. Oh, baby, you want to draw? PD Supreme, thank you for the 3 months. Appreciate you. Not leaving up black. Oh, I meant to. Sorry, my misfetch is really cost us a lot this game. Yeah, obviously tapped bad. Listen, I'm not a big brain Flicker Wisp enjoyer. I'm actually going to trade these now. I think with the Restoration Angel, it gets a little dicey. Maybe not that dicey, because I just have the Flicker available. But we're winning this long game. That's pretty good. First league of the deck. We played more of it in the past, but yeah, first league today. Jeez, that was a great draw. Okay, so I can't sack the Seasoned Pyromancer with 2 Village Rites on the stack. Not that I would necessarily want to do that anyways, I guess. Ooh. Good pickups, good pickups. Alright, let's pass back. I think I need to kill the Thalia. I guess I kill Thalia now. Oh no, sorry. This is also bad because now they can just resto the specialist. I've made like so many punts today. I just have an off day, I guess. It's usually not nearly this bad. We've also been in like so many like weird situations today. I just haven't been in a long time. Yeah, I think I don't want to trade this because I'm interested in like Malakir rebirthing my Seasoned Pyromancer and sacking it. We're gonna be fine. It's also pretty fine. It almost feels ridiculous to not play this Fury. But I wonder if I'm supposed to go Witness, Malakir Rebirth, target my Seasoned Pyromancer, and like keep the ball rolling. Still wait 25 months? Because if I evoke Fury, 4 damage, they go Restoration Angel, target Charming Prince, flicker the Charming Prince, flicker the Angel, and I get to kill 2 creatures. I don't get to clean the board. I don't get to clean the board as a problem. They still have the Restoration Angel. I don't feel like these 2 creatures are like better than like me having like 3 extra cards here. I guess I could sack Witness first. Let's do this first, I think. Evoke Fury target to do is they resto target something, you respawn, rebirth, sacking Fury, Pyro, kill, resto target, Fury comes back, kills Fury. They get to keep 1 creature no matter what, though, because I can kill the Fury with the resto, but then they get to keep a creature, and they get the flicker value, right? I think that, like, it's also, like, if I do that, I also have, like, no more cards. I have no more cards, and taking this line, I get the Unlucky Witness 2 cards, I get the Seasoned Pyromancer 2 cards, and I'm feeling, like, really ahead. I'm feeling, you know, very ahead with this line. Just do this all in instep. No, the problem is like they'll just like pass priority back if I, you know, wait. I guess I could have just passed instep. Yeah, I don't know. This seems fine. I know it's weird. Could have attacked. Could have attacked. This is a weird game. I don't know how my... Oh, I discarded my other swamp to the Seasoned Pyromancer. But I just get the Hardcast Fury next turn. They're not going to get Restoration Angel value this game either. Do I attack with this? They attack with this. Target, ping, ping. Yeah. Must kill Specialist first. I mean, my opponent just didn't do anything, which is also weird, but... We'll see. I'm reserving the right to call this upon. I mean, you can call it whatever you want, but... I think this line ended up being better. Why do we kill Prince before Specialist? Well, so the thing is, like, if they're going to Restoration Angel something to save it, because they can Restoration Angel something to save it here, it's way better for them to resto the Charming Prince than the Specialist, right? Okay, so here I think I just kill this when they can't resto it. You know what I mean? I'm not, they could have saved whichever creature they targeted. I'd rather them have saved the Prince. If Prince is yard using Restaurant Specialist is free Prince plus something else. Didn't I have the window to kill the Specialist after that? Maybe I'm not remembering. I don't know. Why does this turn so hard? Pretty good if I draw a land here. I get to like trigger the Bloodghast, attack for a bunch, cast Fury. The only card that does anything here is the Fury, so we'll just. All right. I don't know. I thought I could evoke with the Bombardment. My brain is not in it today, I guess. Yeah, I think I still Fury. I get to get the Thalia off the board, get the ping, and I have Seasoned Pyromancer in the graveyard and in play that I could just go like, I could ping them for 1, put them to 6, attack them here, and they're just like super dead to my bombardment. And if they Restoration Angel the Thalia, we just, we kill the Thalia and keep going. Could it maybe be good to attack first? Stack the triggers differently. Yeah, so we're supposed to just stack the triggers differently. Then wait to sack. Whenever I play against a deck like this, I just love, like, never seen, or I'm really unsure what's going on. I just completely fall apart. I just completely fall apart every time. Oh boy. We have lots of outs to win here, especially with this Bloodghast in the yard, but we obviously could have been in much better shape. So this gives me hasty Bloodghast. Yeah, this is just Exaxes. Yeah, it can all be traced back to them seeing into the future with their Flicker Wisp. But we attack with our 3 creatures, bring back Seasoned Pyromancer tokens. They take 1 from attacks, and then we sack all 5 of our creatures to deal exactly 6. And this is like one of the worst played games I've ever played on stream. But the deck's okay. One life. This is lethal. Can't we ping mom and dog and like Guster? I mean, I think whenever you explain like a lethal line, when the opponent has no cards in their hand, no game actions they take, the conversation just needs to end there. You know what I mean? That needs to be the end of the the discussion of lines, in my opinion. There's nothing is better than lethal when your opponent can't do anything about it. I think I'm just gonna do a little bit of trim in here, so we can bring in endings for Sanctifiers. Be right back. Cutting Rags in the draw. I don't know. It's still like your best turn 1 play. I think it could be fine. I just, yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I think if you cut a Ragavan in the draw, that would be fine. That is definitely, one of the strengths against, mono white flicker taxes is I just don't really know what to do. Yeah, the Fate Stitcher deck is really sick. That one requires so much brain power, it's crazy though. What matches are Terminate for? Murktide mostly. Mostly Murktide. You can bring them in like against like Titan. You can bring them in like 1 or 2 in against Creativity, but for me, like the formula for having a good Murktide matchup usually involves playing 3 Terminates and despite Murktide certainly falling out of favor somewhat, I think it's still like worth respecting when this is just like a deck that doesn't want to sideboard that much, if that makes sense. I really don't think that you're that interested in having lots of versatile sideboard cards in this deck. You're looking for like very narrow, specific answers to shore up matchups because your deck is just like, so linear. You don't really want to mix up the formula too often or too much. Okay. Against a Field of Ruin, Aether Vial start, we definitely get a Prismatic Ending the Vial. Right. Up against another Giganta deck. A lot of Giganta decks today. Very good start on the play. This deck is so good. I just I love this deck. All of our most of our Giganta opponents today, I think, have been playing the Bomat Burn deck. Although my opponent's playing Eldrazi-tron, I guess, or sorry, Mono Blue-tron. My opponent showed me Giganta, Island, Expedition Map, March of Wretched Sorrow. I don't have any comments on that. I just am stating the facts so far. Trying to digest. Yeah, playing a cube deck. Coffers? Yeah, coffers. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. Maybe. Why do they have Giganta? Why do they have Island if they're coffers? Yeah, this is the 2-0 bracket, baby. This is the 2-0 bracket. I faced them yesterday on coffers. Okay, just coffers with an island. Okay. Urborg is their bread is butter. Bread and butter? You're gonna make me very hungry. Talking about bread and butter when I'm playing through lunch today. Hopefully played Dimir Coffers last week and had Mana Leaks. He said Condescend would be better though. Oh, sorry, I meant to cast the Ragavan. I was busy absorbing that. I'm so off today. I'm just kind of trying to soak in the blue-black Coffers deck. I mean, it's kind of interesting splashing a color in Coffers because, just tutor your interaction. I think of the Mono Red Saga challenges. I played a deck very, very similar to that like 6 months ago or something that I liked, and I will say that I think the deck is playing like too few creatures to play 4 cranial platings, and so my main thought on the deck is that it should be playing either less cranial platings or less. Maybe it's better to take some time off and chill. I don't know. I'm just okay making some mistakes on stream, really. It's just okay. It's gonna happen no matter what. One of my friends who moved away was over last night. I stayed up late, but I'm just okay to make some mistakes on stream. It's okay with me. Hard to imagine Blood Moon's too bad. Guess I can play one Fury. I wouldn't mind like 1 or 2 endings. The problem is that when you bring in Blood Moon, you don't really want ending 2. Yeah, I was up pretty late with a friend who moved away like 6 months ago. He's in town for a few weeks. You know, I would trade that for all the mistakes in the world. Visions of Phyrexia. What does that card do? Okay, so if I play turn 1 Den of the Bugbear here, I'm not gonna be able to go Village Rites plus Malakir Rebirth Unlucky Witness. So I guess I don't need to. I don't need to do both. I kind of want to get 2 swamps anyways. Beginning of upkeep, exile the card. You're gonna have to be like a little more specific. Oh, like the blasting stations, the 4 mana. Yeah, I think that card's just like not modern playable. You can't play 4 mana Phyrexian arenas in modern. And with the goal of like exiling and See the Truth to the top of your library. It is, you know, better than Outpost Siege though. I think that if I put it as Mana Leak, they may like not be able to resist Mana Leaking this Village Rites. Alright, if they have it, they resisted the urge. I do kind of feel like they have it. So why don't we just go cast Ragavan. And then put a Fury into play. Oh, sorry. Maybe I should have played the Mire first. I'm just expecting this to get countered, though. Just expecting this to get countered. But if they're on a sweeper, we get to hold up Rebirth and then untap and slam Blood Moon. Playing Triumphs for Shadow Prophecy. That's interesting. That's interesting. I like that. I like that. I mean, I'm just such a soft spot for Shadow Prophecy. Kind of surprised no binding if you're already doing Domain for Shadow Prophecy though. What sweeper has only 1 color pipped? Extinction Events. We should be good here though. We should be. I don't know how my opponent is going to beat a Blood Moon here. I think Defile's pretty bad. It's like, I don't know, the card like that just doesn't kill a Murktide Regents. Ever, and like you're in a deck that can play Fatal Push, Bloodchief's Thirst. Yeah, I just don't know how you ever have room for this card. Yeah, although it's just like the Coffers players, like I'm gonna play Defile, and I'm gonna play March of Wretched Sorrow instead of playing Fatal Push and Bloodchief's Thirst. It always seems so weird to me. Okay, let's attack. I'm going to sack the Ragavan to the Village Rites when they block it. Golos for basic island's pretty cool, though. Am I supposed to go Ragavan channel Sokenzan, or am I just supposed to resolve Seasoned Pyromancer? Probably just supposed to resolve Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay, they are at 10, so Bloodghast has haste. Kin, thank you for the Twitch Prime, appreciate you. It'd be pretty cool to lose with this Blood Moon out. Well, I'm maybe getting my wish. So the Karn for bridge. Turns off my treasure. I can kill the Karn. Then I have to draw a Bombardment. How much worse do you think Grixis creativity is than the 4 or 5 color versions? Marginally worse. Very, very small. Okay, I had a rumor this deck was playing Mana Leak, so I guess we can play around that a little bit. Okay. And then I'll sack one of these two to deal 2 damage. So he has 2 lands. It's pretty good. Okay, so we'll play our lands. They'll pop the relic. They go up to 2 cards. Then I can attack with Seasoned Pyromancer. Which I would presume that they'd block, and then we can Malakir Rebirth. Can't think of Twitch Prime. I don't know if I thanked you, but thank you. And not a lot of help from the Spiral draws, but we're digging deeper for the bombardment, I guess. When we draw it, we have 6 damage. Another relic. 7 damage. 8 if they pop the relic. Such a weird stream today. Don't know how many answers to Blood Moon they have. Doesn't feel like it costs me very much to play it out. I guess it could be a Spyro token. But Spyro gives me like lethal with bombardment anyways. Just, oh no! They remember Gigantha! Gigantha activates Golos. Holy shit. Holy shit, Gigantha activates Golos through Blood Moon. Let's go. They finally remembered the Gigantha. I've totally forgot it too. Okay, I drew the bombardment though. You're kidding. Alright, your turn. Yikes. Yeah, I'm gonna let them do their thing. Okay, good enough for me. I'll let them spin. Cool. Cool. I mean, we can beat Bridge, and I don't think that we want to have both Ending and Blood Moon in the deck at the same time. I think with all those relics, I'm just going to cut a Kroxa and play a second Fury, click Submit. I think if they chose they didn't forget it, they waited to put it in the hand until they had John to protect it. They had that for a long time. Or they just wait, I don't know. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but maybe it does. Like I don't realistically have a removal spell in my hand. Drown Relic seems like a Nambo. Yeah. You have turn 2 Blood Moons on the play. Yeah, I could have killed the Golos and like gotten in for a little bit of damage, I think, at some point. I mean, certain points at least. Expedition map. Caleb, thank you for the raid. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Getting our Ragavan defiled here. Playing this sacrifice deck that we like to play. We're up against a very odd Cabal Coffers variant. Obviously, if you're not following Caleb, first time chatter, Caleb D, MTG. Oh, Caleb, you're going to Atlanta, right? I hope to see you there for a little bit. But follow Caleb. He's just the GOAT. You know, not much else to say besides Caleb's the GOAT. Caleb even like legitimately got me into Modern. I've told the story a couple times, but my first Modern deck was a Caleb D list. Hell yeah, we could set something up. Bing. opponent has to have a Witch's Cottage? I don't know. Their mana base seems a little shaky, but probably works. Ooh, and a gifted sub. My first mod deck was Aspiring Spikeless Vampire Pox. How did it take that long? S-Spoke. Founder badge, but it took Vampire Pox to finally get you into Modern. I mean, they got their basics, what can I say? I feel like I might be getting my Grief Drown in the locked. Is there any world where I just like don't jam it? I don't think so. I don't know, maybe. Maybe it was fine to wait. You just can't be like that afraid of monsters in the closet. Like, you know, we Blood Moon them, it's like very likely they're stumbling some. So you're gonna needle by bombardments. They get explosives. So they can explosives the Blood Moon. Okay. So I think in this spot I usually go Seasoned Pyromancer, Malakir, Rebirth the Seasoned Pyromancer. And then I let the Seasoned Pyromancer trigger resolve before I sack it to the bombardment. Okay, happy enough to discard Bloodghast. Obviously, like I tapped in a way I could cast a black spell, not a red spell, so feel a little bit sad I can't cast the Unlucky Witness, but not the end of the world either. We might also be able to haste Bloodghast. Could have maybe been better to ping them. I still can haste Bloodghast, but it seems better to not just like not sack my board here so I can win the game with Mayhem Devil next turn. Okay, so do I need to ping this Karn again? Seems like relatively free. I'm gonna like hedge my bets against Graveyard Hate by not sacking the Bloodghast though. The E for 2 instead of 3. They might have to. I mean, they don't know I have Mayhem Devil, so I think the most likely case is they EE on 3 and then die. Although they have another swamp. Wow, they do E on 2. Okay. Modest, thank you for the raid. Hope you're doing well, my friend. I'm going to attack. Yeah, tons of raids today from Gav, from Modest, from Caleb. Is this getting drowned? I just love that they're just casting this through the Blood Moon. It's awesome. I don't know how many basics do they play? No, wait, 2 Bloodghasts in the yard with them at 9 life is pretty threatening. They have 1 card in their hand. It's Karn. It's land. Their hand is land Karn, so they have enough to go land for bridge. Unreal. I have to draw bombardments. Yeah, I literally can't believe it. This is unreal. If they ever deal with Moon, we win on the spot. I guess so, yeah. They're getting coding, which is fine. Mark, 13 months, thank you. Bombardment's a win on the spot. Fury is okay. Seasoned Pyromancer's good. Oh, they put Giganta in the hand. Can they play a card in their hand? They have 2 cards in their hand right now. This is like maybe a huge pump by them. Deck Tech for Guacamole. Mark, I'm poor. We'll look at your decks too often not subscribe. Thank you, Mark. If also don't feel obligated to subscribe. Drown the token. Okay, that cannot have been their intention. Yeah, but if you post it in the chat, Guacamole, you can take a look. So Gigantha mystery card. Yeah, fixing opponent's mana for Gigantha. What a ridiculous game. Okay, I don't have a second black, unfortunately. Is it better to sack Bloodghast? I guess so. But I get to kill Karn. Even if they can, even they always just have the drown. They would have to have the 4th drown here, but they've just been having it. Oh man. This is lethal, right? This is. Oh, maybe is it a little short? No, this is lethal. Yeah, I'll get to your deck in a second. Guacamole is just a very tense game. I haven't been doing a ton of Mayhem math lately, I guess. This would have been such a frustrating game to lose. This would have been such a frustrating game to lose, but 3-0, feeling good. We have Grief Village Rites to find mana for our spells. I think this is fine. I think people just play way too many lands in Prowess. If you're super scared, you can basically play this deck Ironclast over Sprite Dragon with 17 lands, but I don't know. I was playing more and more lands, just going down and down and down. Yeah, I'm not sure that Ironclast is better than Sprite Dragon either. It might be. Okay, they're playing Giganthos, so they're probably playing Breach. Ooh. Okay, so let's Grief, and then we can decide whether or not we want a Village Rites or Malakir Rebirth, I guess. I feel like I still just kind of need to Village Rites, though. Oh, it's Domain Zoo. Alright, let's Malakir Rebirth, then. Hope that the top of our library is kind to us. I went up on lands when I had the second on Rich. I was playing 3 Breach in that deck with 16 lands. I just really think that you just don't need very many lands in this deck. I would play like never any more than 18. I know you have to play 4 Growth though. You have to play 3 Breach. So you can cut the Crash through and 2 lands for 3 Breach, 2 Growth if you want to be pretty land heavy, but I just really don't think you need it. I would also play like the 4th 1-mana counterspell. I'd probably play more Flusterstorms than Surgeries right now. I digress a little bit. Prowess can't make Saga work. What Saga are we talking about? So, I mean, Underworld Breach? Yeah, I don't know if someone's suggesting playing Urza Saga and Prowess, but maybe I misspoke. I'm called Underworld Breach Saga. I see. No, yeah, oh, they exiled Blood Crypt from my library, rough. It is also, like, definitely the case that, like, a lot of Magic players are under the impression that just, like, adding Urza Saga to your deck makes it better, but it doesn't. Like, you have to either have a busted artifact to tutor up, like, Colossus Hammer or Amulet Titan, or be playing tons and tons of artifacts, but you just, like, can't really... It just putting it in your deck doesn't make it better. About the Crash through went well with Mutagenic Growth. Well, you only have 2. You need to play 4 Mutagenic Growths. It's just like Mutagenic Growth is nuts in the deck, and protecting your creatures from removal. Oh, I guess it's worse with the new card, because that's one thing I like about Sprite Dragon is that Growth is like also protects that card from red-based removal. So, but I guess it is true that Growth gets worse when you're on this new Go Wide card. But Growth is just so good. I have a hard time imagining that you want less than 4. All right, enjoy your Mayhem Devil opponent. Golly, it's also like really good with Underworld Breach. I don't know. I mean, I'll say this. Like, I've played a lot of Prowess lately. I spent a lot of time hammering out this list. I think this list is really good. I've only played it on a few streams, but I think that this is the best Prowess list in the format. I would change the sideboard. I'd be playing more Flusterstorm over Surgery. And then, like, I could see Ironclast being an upgrade to Sprite Dragon, and I would be interested in trying it out. But I would play something very, very close to this, because I spent a lot of time hammering this out. And if you disagree because of your own experience, that's fine. And, you know, you can always weigh your thoughts and experiences against mine, right? Damn it, Mayhem Devil. You're mine. Okay, I was definitely hoping to draw a Fury. Second Bloodghast for the Seasoned Pyromancer is not too bad. Would you swap Storming Entities and Prowess just to play Giganta? Storming Entity, you can't play Giganta with it. Storming Entity is also not playable. Fury is so good, damn it. This Ragavan's been pretty annoying. Yeah, Entity is not playable. It's like, as soon as like Solitude and Heat became print legal, those cards just became so bad. So I fetch Shock, and I'm down to 1 after the Mayhem Devil triggers. No Second Mountain. Oh, sorry. For whatever reason, I thought No, sorry. I'm going to 1. This is just 1 damage. This trigger already resolved. If they Shock last turn, they could have played your Fury. Yeah, that would have been bad. This mirror must be miserable. I don't think I've ever played it. It probably is weird, to say the least. They do any burn spell. Any removal spell also kills me with the treasure token, killing an elemental. Any fetch land kills me. Not beating too much here. Not beating too much. Okay, somehow they have nothing. I can't cast my Village Rites, they just die. I feel like I need to leave the Ragavan in hand so I can Fury if I draw it, because that's, you know, my main out. Yeah, Ragavan definitely got us, huh? How does my opponent just... I mean, I guess at this point, you know, we're only dying to burn spells, right? But... or sorry, fetch lands, burn spells, but... So many things get me here. Am I just attacking? If I attack with everything, they take 6. I'm kind of like just not in that bad of a shape to get him next turn. Should have played her land tapped. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, we should have played the Mire. Was better here to discard to the Seasoned Pyromancer, right? You died to another Ragavan. No, the Legend Rule doesn't trigger Mayhem Devil. It's very common to think that the Legend Rule does, but it doesn't. But you're right, that is a card that makes sense for my opponent to have here. Are we gonna win this game? This has been such a ridiculous league. Like, maybe like the most ridiculous league I've ever played, to be honest. Yeah, they just couldn't draw a fetch or a burn spell. Oh, they also forgot Giganta. I mean, maybe they have something. I don't know. I think they're just giving up. Sometimes you can just feel that your opponent's giving up, you know. A feeling I know all too well. Why did they attack? They just gave up. That's really it, right? Try to bring in... I don't know how... It's going to be not very easy to bring in all these Terminates Blood Moons, but maybe we do something like... Play 1 Grief. 2 Rebirth. Could do something like this. Maybe just no Griefs. This has been the weirdest league ever. Would I play Team Escape Shift on stream? If I had ideas on how to improve on the deck, but I just don't like, you know, the stream to be, I just play a random, like a stock modern deck of my choice. Just boring to me, boring to chat. Not really where I want to be on the stream. Just want to always be trying new things, always trying to innovate, or dying trying. Why are the 4 endings in Sideboard so important? Sanctifier and Vec, and Hammer Time in general. But Sanctifier and Vec is very hard to beat, clearly, and the card is popular, and Hammer Time is your worst matchup because of it, and you just want to have a lot of answers for that card, I think. Rest in Peace, however, is really not that bad. One of these 2 1-mana creatures was at one time banned in Modern. It was better to pitch the Witness because, you know, the Rest in Peace is turning it off, so backup Ragavan could have been more relevant. Did playing Lurrus in the Board of Burden and calling it Zap City innovation? I mean, that deck was also playing Dragon Rage's Channeler. I actually do genuinely feel like that list was innovative, but I don't know. Not every deck I play is as innovative as every other one. but unironically, but yes, like that deck was like, I think, a really interesting fresh take on Burn, and the Burn players unanimously rejected it, and they were like, they so unanimously kept telling me over and over again that Lurrus was not worth it in Burn. Like the entire time I was streaming the deck, it was just nonstop. Spike, I love you, man. I just really don't think Lurrus is like a good card. I'm not gonna register it. Which you know, free to do. They're free to do. Bear, thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate you. Pretty likely we channel this. Three really locking up this board, huh? Okay, Tribal Flames by Mayhem Devil. Double Tribal Flames, Mayhem Devil. You love to see it, huh? Okay, I think we trade Ragavan for Kabu. Obviously, it's just backup Ragavan. Notably, they also don't loot away the card in their hand. It's interesting. Turtles, thank you for tier 1 for 3 months in advance. Very cool message. Appreciate you. Yeah, Lurrus was just free in Burn, and they like just refused to play it the entire time. It was crazy. Sorry, I'm trying to untap here. Double Wave, thank you for 22 months. Appreciate you. I'm doing well. I think I'm going to just channel Sokenzan and attack with non-Mayhem Devils. Or maybe I attack with Mayhem Devil. What happens if they triple block? If they triple block, I just kill their 2 other creatures and get the other one. Yeah, I just attack with everything. Yeah, Zoo is pretty weak against Blood Moon. They have some outs to it, you know. My opponent keeps forgetting Gigantha, but Gigantha's, you know, pretty good, you know, and out to Blood Moon. Okay, so let's go. Sack here. Ping, ping. Oh, this Wild Nakata was not on the right side a second ago. This Wild Nakata was not on the right side of the map a second ago. I meant to target the Brawler. Which was there. And now, all of a sudden, it just isn't there. It isn't there, and I have to kill this Nikado instead of the Brawler. Just at a moment's notice, they just switch. I feel like this has been happening more since the server migration. Obviously, you know, just like a kink to hammer out, sure. But it definitely has been happening more since the migration happened. Like just things jumping around. I don't think this copium. I don't know. Have you? Has anybody else? Is it just me? Somebody back me up, please. For disagreeing, I don't think it moved. It definitely moved. We can maybe get a clip. Maybe I'm just, you know, I'm just losing it. I don't know. Could just be losing it. Blaming Daybreak Games for no reason. Holding these for Spyro. Could be okay to play the second moon out, but yeah, nobody loves Giganta. All right, settle this once and for all. Look, yeah, the Nikado is in the middle. It's definitely Nikado's in the middle. I click Bombardment. I click Bombardment. I think about it. I kill this one. I kill this one, and then I'm going to sack to deal 1 damage to this brawler, 1 damage to this brawler, Ragavan to kill the rest of the brawler. And then as soon as I... Okay, the count will definitely move to the right. This clip doesn't show it, but at the end there, it was definitely on the right. Confirm the clip. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Not a huge deal, but that's true. But Seiju's probably good enough reason to play out the moon. Yeah, not crazy. Not losing it. Not yet, at least. Then the cow didn't move. The other cat did. Yeah. My opponent's just dead if they take this. Unless they have instant speed life gain. I mean, I just don't think they know how this works. Opponent has definitely not shown an interest in, like, surviving this match so far. Okay, we're 4-0. This has been, like, literally the weirdest league I've ever played on stream, so. Exhume and MH3. You know what card's really good against Exhume? Solitude. Exhume might be fine. Okay, we're up against Swamp Inquisition. I feel good against Swamp Inquisition. Man, Solitude against Exhume. That'd be pretty fun gameplay, huh? Honestly, like, Exhume is a very fun card. I would be like, I'd be down. 2 Inquisitions. Okay, I'm gonna play my Swamp. My opponent is playing Rakdos. Blood Moon's very common. Let's get a Swamp in play. It also obviously lets me sack my Bloodghast to the rights. Fun. Exhume is really fun. I don't know. It leads to, like, really cool board states and interactions, right? Entomb in response to Exhume. That's fun. That's good, clean magic. Exhume seems not good enough without Entomb and looting, even if Solitude exists. I don't know. Like, redundancy to persist is a really big deal for the Reanimator deck, but yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be, like, somewhat fine. Okay, is there, like, a way you can flavor Exhume to be Lord of the Rings themed? Is there any exhuming done in Lord of the Rings? I don't... Maybe with the Urukai? Yeah, Endurance is so good against Exhume. Thank you for days. Thank you for the 17 months. Appreciate you. Gandalf's Revival? I feel like Gandalf's Revival can't be... You can't have that be a black card. That has to be a white card. He's literally Gandalf the White. Imagine the Twitter post about Gandalf's Revival being a black card. Maybe we should be then. Maybe it should be. So we can have people fuming. Fuming. Exhume but white. That's the name of the card, baby. Exhume but white. Yeah, also, yeah, why would they get a creature too? It doesn't really make any sense. It's like the Emperor's New Groove. I don't know really. I don't know how we got here. Does it? By all accounts, it doesn't really make sense. Opponent, can you stop lightning bolting me? Can you stop lightning bolting me? That would be great. Kind of funny to get to play Mayhem Devil after my opponent just used 3 lightning bolts. Exhume but white. Each player chooses a creature card in their graveyard to gain 3 life. Those memes are pretty funny. I haven't seen them on Twitter lately, but it's also like not true. White has gotten so much in the last few years in Magic, or like 2 years, it's crazy. Like white is like, you could make a good argument the best color in Modern. It's gotten so much stuff for EDH. Like the player base really bullied Wizards into just giving white like tons and tons of like sick cards. It's awesome. Gandalf saving both Frodo and Sam at the end of the trilogy could be Exhume. Yeah. You could have Frodo and Sam, you know, their likenesses depicted on the card. I've said this a few times, though. If I was in charge of the Lord of the Rings set, the #1 thing I would do is make it sexy. I would make the entire set very sexy. I would have all of the characters depicted as, you know, very long hair, chiseled abs. I would just have them all be very much hotter than they are depicted in the movies. That would be my #1 priority as a set lead. Yeah, sexy Gandalf. There's sexy Gandalf, and then there's very sexy. It flips into very sexy Gandalf. That's the flip side. Yeah, the Hobbit's feet would be very heavily featured in this version of the set. It's like OG Elvish Ranger. We're turning it way up from OG Elvish Ranger. Think what's the sexy, like, the creature that active treason something, that card. I think we're straight up not sideboarding. Maybe like 1 Terminate over 1 Grieve. Yeah, like Oko, but the other one. What's the name of that card? No, not Earthbind. That card doesn't exist. It's banned. Enthralling Victor. Yeah, so like this is really, you know, like this for every single Lord of the Rings character, but like turned up to 10. That's my vision for the set. And then, you know, also every card is like way more powerful than every card in MH2. But it's like all the cards are so sexy that nobody notices that they're just breaking the format, you know. nobody's playing those cards just to play Modern anymore. They're just collector's items. I'll keep this. A year ago, you streamed Blue Black Control with Murktide. I've been, in terms of like the shadow list with Blue Black with Murktide, I've done that a couple times since then. There's also like at the beginning of MH2, if you're talking about this, I played a few times like control decks with Murktide as the win condition, but that was also because at the beginning of MH2, like literally not a single person in Modern made a plan to beat a Murktide. There was just like not a person playing Modern that was like, I'm gonna have a way in my deck to answer Murktide Regen. It just didn't happen. Guess I'm taking the command. Alright, kind of slow, but we can go turn 2 Bombardment, turn 3 Kroxa, discard Spyro, into the board. Oh, they got rid of my mountains, not the shock. Yeah, I love that we're all custom magicking sexy Hobbit cards, huh? Dang, it's so annoying that they got my mountain. Yeah, maybe we'll go like Kroxa and Malakir Rebirth next turn instead. We're in pretty good shape though, actually. Pioneer Marusak. This card seems like impossible to cast in your deck. I don't know how you're playing double white, black, red, and Pioneer, especially like when you're like barely splashing for like this card and another card. It's cool, but it's also just like it only works with Cat Oven also. Yeah, I don't really get it, I guess. Ooh, Voidwalker's gross. This was a very interesting card to enter the chat here. I think I have to just get maximum tokens this turn. As much as like both these cards would have been so sweet before this Voidwalker came down. Yeah, I'm going to think about playing the new tutor, but at the time, I don't think it necessarily fits in this exact build. I'm going to tweak some things. Stockpile is cool. I don't hate Stockpile. I do really like Synthesizer with Dispute. You don't have to play it, but I can't remember. Actually, I can't remember how many I was playing back when I was playing some Sacrifice in Modern. I'm gonna wait on the sacking anything though. Yeah, I mean, my initial impression is that the white splash is just not worth it. If you are going to splash white, like, splashing white for Stockpile is okay. It's not as good as just being a pure red-black list, is my, like, first impression here. Can I keep a card on top? That's not too good. I also, like, really want to see the fourth push in the main deck. I don't think Ob is, like... Ob is okay. I think you probably, if you're going to be splashing white, not main deck it. So that you can play, you know, 4 Witness. Maybe 4 Epicure. Epicure is good at triggering Revolt. Need to kill Voidwalker, otherwise they get Kroxa. I mean, I'm okay if they sack... It's my Kroxa, so it goes to the graveyard. It doesn't stay in play. That's my Kroxa. They didn't Din of the Bugbear. They're obviously playing something post-combat. I don't like these Meat Hook Massacres very much in the sideboard either. They could be better than I think, but I was always really unimpressed with that card when I played it. 3 Cling to Dust is way too many Cling to Dust for the sideboard. Just play on Licensed Terse. Just play on Licensed Terse. Lion Sash is not playable, especially in your deck. You don't have enough white sources. I don't know. It feels a little lost in the sauce. Like, you can't play this card. Like, I want to cut the Obs in this card for 4 Witness, 4 Epicure, and then you can play Stockpile, and you can go, like, -2 Synthesizers, +1 push, +1 Stockpile. That's fine. I don't think I'd play a Ganjo. I'd be playing, like, just, like, another Godless Shrine or Sacred Foundry almost 100%. And then I'd probably play Burning Hands over Faithful Absence. So I'd presume that's the matchup you need the answers for. The problem is, like, you just need more things that kill Karn. So maybe play more Fractures. I don't know. It's tough. Definitely, like Hearse over Cling. Don't play Lion Sash. Okay. They can't get Delirium here. 2 damage to me also. Yeah, that's a pretty good top deck for them. We might have to settle this in game 3. Fury's 1 turn away from just wrecking this game. I mean, I guess I can just go cast Bloodghast. Do I still have a Swamp in the deck? I do still have a Swamp in the deck. Yeah, just some loose thoughts. And then, like, yeah, so, like, the main thing also, like, I want you to get the Lion Sash out of here and the Faithful Absences and, like, just determine what the best sideboard plan is for... Oh, boy. What the best sideboard plan is for the mono-green matchup, because it does seem like what we need. Have I ever released a deck list where I played Magic 30? Yeah, it's in the Stream Decker. It was Blue-White Control. I started off 6-0, finished 6-2, have 2 Legends packs. Would I say this list is tier 1? I think this deck's very, very good. This was like my probably like 8th or 9th league lifetime with this archetype, and I have like nearly an 80% win rate after all those matches, which is very, very good. It is also objectively not tier 1 by my definition of tier 1 though, where whenever I call a deck tier 1, I'm saying that this is a deck that is really, really popular, and this is a format defining deck, and this is absolutely not a deck that is popular. Although some people play it and win with it. We have someone who like won an RCQ in Europe the other day with it. Yikes. So that's not so bad. It's also not so good. Blood Crypt not so good. But you know what? We're not dead. Wasn't it better to block Dothi? You can't block Dothi. It's unblockable. Dead to a land, right? Yeah. Probably drew an Inquisition. Insane top deck. I love Seasoned Pyromancer. This card's just like one of my all-time favorites. Probably no way I can ever evoke Fury here, right? That's true. You can block Dothi only with your own Voidwalker because it has Shadow, not actually unblockable. It has Shadow, so only creatures with Shadow can block creatures with Shadow. In a turn, Bolt you. I almost feel like my opponent is like has like Bolt or Kolaghan's command in their hand, realize I'm dead, and they're like, "Oh wait, I'm just gonna draw a new card and pretend like I just drew this." Witness is really nice. Witness lets me attack with my Seasoned Pyromancer here. This way they can't go removal spell land Den of the Bugbear me. Advanced BM. I mean, it would be like the anti BM, right? Because they would like realize their BM, and then they would and then they were just waiting to pretend like they just drew it for turn. Although they could be advanced BM. They could just be like, they could just know I'm dead at any time, and they're just like, you know, they could just have a Bolt here. I don't think my opponent would do that. They seem kind and pure of heart. This would be a sick game to win though. Getting kind of pumped. All right. Yeah, the only way we lose at this point is if they are actually like performing a very experimental BM. Yeah, it's always bad news when someone in chat is already celebrating the win. Okay. They don't have anything. 5-0. This deck is sick. I don't know. I actually think I think that brings us up to an 80% win rate exactly. I'm misremembering, but I think it's been a long time, obviously. But I believe the last time we played this deck, we were like one match negative of 80%, and then a 5-0 should bring us back up to it, which is pretty exciting. I could also be misremembering. I don't know. But this deck, the Sac deck is nuts. It's just very, very good. I even played like pretty bad the whole league. I even made tons of mistakes that league, so you can play the deck and not make as many mistakes. It'd be like, wow, I'm better than Aspiring Spike, which is a pretty big group of players. Okay, yeah, we pay out the points. I like the list.